What if the key to a small fortune was hiding in plain sight, in a dime from 1996 or 1991? These coins might look ordinary, but certain rare errors make them worth thousands, or even millions, to collectors. From double die strikes to off-center errors, these mistakes turn everyday coins into prized collectibles. Are you unknowingly holding a treasure in your pocket or coin jar? In this video, we'll dive deep into the 1996 and 1991 US dimes, uncovering the secrets behind their incredible value and teaching you how to identify these rare finds. Stay with us, because the most valuable insights are still to come. The 1996 US 1-dime coin. It's something you've probably held in your hands countless times without a second thought. A simple, everyday piece of currency that you might toss into a jar or hand over at a checkout counter. But what if that tiny dime you barely glance at could actually be worth hundreds, thousands, or even, yes, millions of dollars? That's not just a fantasy. For some collectors and sharp-eyed enthusiasts, the 1996 dime has proven to be a surprising treasure trove of value. Let's dive deep into this unassuming coin and uncover why collectors are obsessed with it. We'll explore the fascinating minting process, the kinds of errors that turn ordinary dimes into extraordinary finds, and, most importantly, how you can identify a potential jackpot hiding in your spare change. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and why this tiny piece of metal could hold the key to a life-changing discovery. The 1996 US dime was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia mint coins carry a P mint mark, Denver coins bear the D, and San Francisco coins feature the S, primarily reserved for proof coins. Over 2 billion dimes were struck that year, a staggering number that makes it seem unlikely any single dime could stand out. But here's where it gets interesting. Among those billions, tiny mistakes during the minting process created rare and highly sought-after variations that collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. To understand why these errors matter, let's break down how coins are made. The process begins with planchets, which are blank discs of metal that serve as the coin's base. These planchets are fed into a coining press, where dies, engraved steel pieces with the coin's design, imprint the image onto the metal. It's a high-speed, high-pressure process designed for efficiency. But as with anything done at such scale, mistakes are inevitable. And those mistakes? They're what transform an ordinary dime into something extraordinary. One of the most common, and valuable, types of errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet isn't properly aligned with the dies during the striking process. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing, creating a distinctive and eye-catching appearance. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. For the 1996 dime, off-center errors can fetch anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on the severity and condition of the coin. Then there are double die errors. These occur when the die itself shifts slightly during the engraving process, creating a doubled image on the coin. On a 1996 dime, you might see letters or numbers that appear blurred or overlapped, particularly in the words United States of America or the year 1996. Coins with this kind of error are rare, and their value skyrockets with clear, well-defined doubling. Some have sold for as much as $1,500. Another error to watch for is the clipped planchet. This happens when the metal sheet from which planchets are punched overlaps or misaligns during cutting, leaving a crescent-shaped piece missing from the coin. While this might seem like an obvious defect, clipped planchets from 1996 have been known to fetch hundreds of dollars, especially when the rest of the coin is in good condition. Now, let's talk about something even rarer: proof coins with missing mint marks. Proof coins, which are specially struck for collectors, are made with extra care, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharp details. But in 1996, a small number of proof dimes intended to bear the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint were struck without it. This error is exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors. One such coin sold for over $2,000 at auction. Imagine finding something like that tucked away in your collection. To make things even more exciting, there's the possibility of finding coins with entirely unique errors, ones that don't fit neatly into any specific category. Coins with unusual die cracks, ghost images, or lamination errors can also command significant premiums, depending on the severity and visual appeal of the mistake. Now, if you're wondering how anyone even discovers these rare gems, the answer lies in keen observation and a little bit of luck. Take the story of one retiree who regularly searched through rolls of dimes from the bank as a hobby. One day, he came across a 1996 dime that looked a bit off. The mint mark seemed to be missing entirely. After careful examination and authentication, he realized he had stumbled upon one of the rare proof dimes without the S mint mark. That dime, which had cost him just 10 cents, sold for $2,200 at auction. Another collector found a double-die 1996 dime while sorting through loose change. At first, he thought the blurry letters were just wear and tear, but a closer inspection revealed the doubling. That coin went on to fetch $800, quite a return for something pulled out of a pocket. So how can you start identifying valuable 1996 dimes in your own collection? The first step is to gather your loose change, rolls of dimes, or coin jars. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe is essential for spotting fine details, and a coin scale can help you verify the weight of questionable pieces. Examine each dime carefully, paying special attention to the mint mark, date, and lettering. Look for anything unusual, such as misalignments, doubling, or missing details. One important tip: avoid cleaning your coins. While it might be tempting to polish them up, cleaning can strip away the natural patina that collectors value, reducing the coin's worth. Instead, handle your coins by the edges to avoid leaving fingerprints and store them in protective cases or flips to preserve their condition. If you think you found a coin with an error, the next step is authentication. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can verify and grade your coin, providing an official certification of its authenticity and condition. While there's a small fee for this service, the added value of a professionally graded coin often outweighs the cost. But even if you don't find a rare error on your first try, don't give up. Coin collecting is as much about the journey as it is the destination. The thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the knowledge you gain along the way make it a rewarding hobby, whether you strike it rich or not. As we approach the conclusion of this journey, let's talk about the most valuable and legendary error coins from 1996. Among the top finds is the missing mint mark proof dime, which has sold for thousands. Then there's the extreme off-center strike, coins so misaligned that only a sliver of the original design is visible. These are true rarities, commanding prices well into the thousands. Finally, the holy grail for many collectors is the double die error with clear, sharp doubling on key features like the date or lettering. These coins are not only valuable but also visually striking, making them prized additions to any collection. So the next time you're counting out change or sorting through a pile of dimes, remember this: hidden among those ordinary coins could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. A tiny piece of history that, thanks to a small imperfection, is worth more than you ever imagined. The 1991 dime, like most dimes in circulation, features the iconic profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side. Designed by John R. Sinek, this coin honors the 32nd President of the United States and has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1946. But beneath its unassuming surface lies a world of intrigue, driven by the unique errors and anomalies that make certain coins stand out to collectors and enthusiasts alike. Let's start with the basics. The 1991 dime was minted in two locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins from Philadelphia bear no mint mark, while those from Denver feature a small D mark to the right of Roosevelt's neck. These coins are composed of a copper core clad in layers of nickel, giving them their characteristic silvery appearance. They weigh 2.27 grams and measure 17.91 millimeters in diameter, with a reeded edge that's both functional and decorative. While millions of these coins were struck for circulation, not all dimes are created equal. Errors in the minting process can produce coins that defy expectations, becoming prized possessions for collectors. These errors are what drive up the value of certain 1991 dimes, transforming them from pocket change into treasures worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. One of the most common types of errors is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin's blank planchet is not properly aligned with the dies during the striking process, resulting in a design that's visibly shifted to one side. The degree of the off-center strike significantly affects the coin's value. The more dramatic the error, the higher the premium. For example, a 1991 dime with a 50% off-center strike might fetch several $100s, depending on its condition and overall appearance. Another sought-after error is the die crack. These occur when the minting die, the tool used to stamp the coin's design, develops cracks from repeated use. As the die continues to strike coins, these cracks are transferred onto the coins as raised lines or blobs of metal. On a 1991 dime, a die crack might appear as an unexpected line running through Roosevelt's portrait or along the reverse design featuring the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. Collectors value these coins for their uniqueness and the story they tell about the minting process. Misaligned dies are another fascinating error to look out for. This happens when the obverse and reverse dies are not properly aligned, resulting in a coin where the two sides don't match up perfectly. A 1991 dime with a noticeable misalignment might show a shifted reverse design that creates an off-kilter effect. These errors are less common than off-center strikes or die cracks, making them highly desirable among collectors. But the crown jewel of coin errors has to be the double die error. This occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, but slightly misaligned between strikes. The result is a doubling effect that's most noticeable in the lettering, numbers, or detailed elements of the design. On a 1991 dime, you might spot doubling on Roosevelt's eye, the date, or the words, United States of America. Double die errors are rare, and their value depends on the clarity and prominence of the doubling. Some examples have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. One real-life story that stands out involves a collector who purchased a roll of dimes from a bank, only to discover a 1991 dime with a stunning off-center strike. That dime, initially worth just 10 cents, went on to sell for over $800 at auction. Another collector found a 1991 dime with a prominent die crack running through the torch on the reverse. Despite its worn condition, the coin fetched $500, proving that even circulated coins can hold significant value if they feature unique errors. So, how can you identify these valuable coins? The first step is to examine your dimes closely. Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to inspect the details of the coin's design, paying special attention to the mint mark, date, and edges. Look for any irregularities, such as doubling in the lettering or numbers, cracks in the design, or shifts in the alignment. A digital scale can also help confirm the coin's weight, as errors like clipped planchets can result in coins that weigh less than the standard 2.27 grams. It's also essential to familiarize yourself with the typical characteristics of a 1991 dime. Knowing what a standard coin looks like will make it easier to spot anomalies. Keep a reference guide or app handy to compare your findings against known errors and their estimated values. And don't forget to check your change regularly. Some of the most valuable coins have been discovered in everyday transactions. As we build toward the rarest and most valuable 1991 dimes, let's discuss one more type of error that's particularly intriguing: the missing clad layer. This occurs when one of the coin's nickel layers is not applied during the minting process, exposing the copper core beneath. A 1991 dime with a missing clad layer on one or both sides stands out immediately due to its distinct coloration. These coins are rare and can sell for hundreds of dollars, depending on their condition and the extent of the error. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the rarest and most valuable 1991 dimes ever discovered. One example is a 1991 dime with an extraordinary double die error on both the obverse and reverse sides. The doubling was so prominent that it was visible to the naked eye, making it a true standout in the world of error coins. This dime sold for over $2,000 at auction, a remarkable return for a coin that started as mere pocket change. Another notable find was a 1991 dime with a dramatic off-center strike combined with a partial missing clad layer. The combination of two significant errors on a single coin made it a highly coveted piece, ultimately selling for over $5,000. These examples demonstrate that even among error coins, rarity and uniqueness drive value. Before we wrap up, let's summarize some practical tips for finding and identifying valuable coins. Always handle coins carefully to avoid damaging them, use gloves if possible and store your finds in protective holders. Check rolls of coins from banks, as they often contain hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. And most importantly, stay curious and keep learning about the world of numismatics. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to spot valuable coins. If you've enjoyed this journey into the world of the 1991 US 1 dime coin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket change? Share your story in the comments below, we'd love to hear about your discoveries. And if you're hungry for more coin collecting tips and insights, be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Remember, the next time you're sorting through your change, you might just uncover a hidden gem. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your treasure hunts be fruitful.